What if I told you the reason most people lose their independence after 80 isn't age itself, but 4 simple mistakes they make every single morning? I'm 89 years old, live completely alone, cook my own meals, manage my own home, and my doctor recently told me I have the vitals of someone 20 years younger. Today, I'm sharing the exact 8 habits that keep me sharper, stronger, and more independent than people half my age. And the habit that changed everything for me. It's so simple you'll wonder why nobody ever told you about it, and I'll reveal it in just a moment. 3 years ago, my neighbor Vincent was 86 and could barely walk to his mailbox without help from his daughter. His doctor had practically written him off as just getting old. Then Vincent started doing exactly what I'm about to share with you, and within 6 months, he was walking 2 miles daily and cooking dinner for his grandchildren every Sunday. Habit 1, the 20-minute morning window. The first 20 minutes after you wake up determine whether you'll have energy all day or struggle to get off the couch by noon. Most seniors roll out of bed, shuffle to the kitchen, and wonder why they feel exhausted before breakfast even happens. Your body isn't failing you because of age. It's waiting for 2 critical signals that tell it to wake up properly and start functioning at full capacity. Without these signals, your system stays in shutdown mode for hours, making every single task feel 10 times harder than it should. Research from Johns Hopkins School of Medicine shows that morning light exposure and hydration immediately after waking directly impacts cognitive function and physical energy levels in seniors throughout the entire day. When your eyes receive natural light within the first 20 minutes of waking, your brain releases specific hormones that regulate your internal clock, boost alertness, and improve mood stability. Meanwhile, that glass of water you've been skipping rehydrates cells that have gone 8 hours without fluids, allowing your blood to flow properly and your organs to function efficiently. Your body loses significant moisture overnight through breathing and natural processes, and when you don't replace it immediately, your blood thickens, your brain struggles to receive oxygen, and your muscles remain stiff and uncooperative. Skip this morning window and your body stays in shutdown mode, making every task feel exhausting and doubling your risk of morning falls. Your balance depends heavily on proper hydration and alertness. When your blood pressure doesn't regulate correctly in those first morning hours, standing up becomes dangerous. Dizziness, confusion, and weakness aren't inevitable parts of aging. They're warning signs that your body didn't receive what it desperately needed when you first opened your eyes. Within 5 minutes of waking, drink a full glass of water and open your curtains, or step outside for 15 minutes. Even if it's cloudy, you don't need sunshine, you need natural light hitting your eyes to reset your body's clock. My friend Ruth used to feel dizzy every morning until she started this routine. Now at 84, she does her own grocery shopping before 9 a.m. without any fatigue. Start this tomorrow morning, and your body will thank you by lunchtime. Habit 2, protein before 10 a.m. Most seniors eat breakfast backwards, loading up on carbs when their body desperately needs something else. You pour cereal, toast bread, or grab a muffin because it's quick and easy. Meanwhile, your muscles are literally breaking down because you're not giving them the building blocks they need to maintain themselves. Every single night while you sleep, your body uses protein stores to repair tissue, produce hormones, and maintain organ function. By morning, those stores are depleted, and your body faces a critical choice. Either you provide new protein immediately, or your body starts consuming its own muscle tissue to get what it needs. Harvard Medical School research confirms that seniors who consume 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast maintain significantly more muscle mass, better balance, and sharper mental clarity than those who eat carb-heavy breakfasts. Protein synthesis in older adults requires more trigger than it does in younger people. Your body needs a substantial amount of protein all at once to activate the muscle-building process. Spreading small amounts throughout the day doesn't work as effectively after 60. That morning protein dose sets the tone for your entire metabolic day, telling your body to preserve and build muscle instead of breaking it down for fuel. The amino acids from protein also produce neurotransmitters that keep your brain focused and your mood stable for hours. Without morning protein, your body starts breaking down your own muscle tissue for energy, accelerating weakness and increasing fall risk by up to 40%. Every week you skip adequate breakfast protein, you lose a little more strength, a little more balance, and a little more independence. Those struggles getting out of chairs, carrying groceries, or climbing stairs aren't inevitable. They're direct consequences of feeding your body the wrong fuel at the wrong time. Eat 2 eggs, Greek yogurt, or a handful of nuts before your morning coffee or toast. Protein first, always. When I switched to eggs every morning instead of cereal, I noticed I could carry my own groceries again within 3 weeks. My grip strength came back, and I stopped needing help opening jars. Change your breakfast tomorrow, because this one habit builds strength while you sleep. Habit 3, the 5-minute balance. Reset. Your balance doesn't disappear because of age. It disappears because you stopped practicing it. Think about how you move through your day. You walk on flat surfaces, hold railings automatically, and avoid any situation where you might wobble. Your body is incredibly efficient. It stops maintaining skills you don't use. Your balance system involves your inner ear, your vision, the proprioceptors in your feet and ankles, and the small stabilizing muscles throughout your legs and core. When you stop challenging these systems, they atrophy faster than any other part of your body. Within months of avoiding balance challenges, your reaction time slows, your stabilizing muscles weaken, and suddenly stepping off a curb becomes genuinely dangerous. The Mayo Clinic reports that seniors who practice daily balance exercises reduce their fall risk by 43% and maintain independence 8 years longer than those who don't. Balance training doesn't require gym equipment, special shoes, or even much space. Your nervous system responds remarkably quickly to consistent practice. Even at 80 or 90, your proprioceptors can relearn how to keep you stable within weeks of regular training. Those stabilizing muscles that have weakened can rebuild strength faster than you'd imagine possible. Your brain creates new neural pathways for balance at any age when you give it consistent practice. The seniors who maintain independence into their 90s aren't lucky. They're practicing balance daily while everyone else assumes it's too late. Ignore your balance now, and a single fall could end your independence permanently. 1 out of 3 seniors who fall and break a hip never return home. The statistics are harsh because the consequences are real. Hip fractures lead to extended bed rest, which causes muscle loss, blood clots, and pneumonia. Surviving the injury doesn't guarantee surviving the recovery. Twice daily, stand on 1 foot for 30 seconds while holding a counter, then switch feet. Do this while your morning coffee brews and while dinner cooks. My neighbor Carol practiced this daily after a close call on her stairs. 6 months later, she walked confidently on uneven hiking trails with her grandson without a single wobble. Practice this today because your legs remember faster than you think. Habit 4, the afternoon movement rule. Sitting for more than 3 hours straight does more damage to seniors than missing a week of exercise. You finish lunch, settle into your favorite chair to watch television or read, and 3 hours vanish. During that time, your blood pools in your legs, your joints stiffen into whatever position you're holding, your metabolism slows to a crawl, and your cardiovascular system essentially goes dormant. Modern research shows that prolonged sitting creates immediate harm that can't be undone by exercising later. It's not about total daily activity. It's about breaking up sedentary time consistently throughout the day. Your body wasn't designed to remain motionless for hours, and after 60, the consequences of doing so accelerate dramatically. Research from Stanford University shows that seniors who break up sitting time every 2 to 3 hours maintain cardiovascular health and joint mobility comparable to people 15 years younger. When you stand and move every couple of hours, you prevent blood from pooling and clotting in your legs. You keep your joints lubricated and flexible instead of allowing them to lock up. Your metabolism stays active, processing blood sugar effectively instead of letting it spike dangerously. Your muscles receive the constant engagement signals they need to maintain strength and responsiveness. Those seniors who seem to move effortlessly in their 80s while others shuffle and struggle, the difference is almost always consistent movement patterns, not genetics or luck. Prolonged sitting stiffens your joints, weakens your heart, and increases blood clot risk. The longer you sit, the harder it becomes to stand up independently. You've felt this yourself. After sitting through a long movie or an afternoon of reading, standing up requires extra effort. Your knees feel stiff, your back aches, and those first few steps are uncomfortable. That discomfort is your body warning you about damage being done in real time. Set a timer for every 2 hours and walk to your mailbox, water a plant, or simply march in place for 3 minutes. Just move. At 89, I never sit through an entire TV show without standing and stretching during commercials. This single habit is why I can still climb stairs without pain. Stand up right now and walk around your home, because making this automatic starts today. Habit 5. Brain work before 2 p.m. Your sharpest mental hours are disappearing while you're doing laundry and watching morning TV. Between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m., your brain operates at peak cognitive capacity. Your cortisol levels are naturally elevated in a healthy way, boosting alertness and focus. Your working memory functions most efficiently. Your ability to learn, problem solve, and concentrate reaches its daily maximum. Yet most seniors spend these precious hours on autopilot activities that require almost no mental effort. You're essentially wasting your brain's best performance hours on tasks a distracted teenager could handle. Meanwhile, by late afternoon, when you finally sit down to read something challenging or learn something new, your cognitive capacity has dropped significantly, making everything feel harder than it should. Johns Hopkins neurologists confirm that seniors who engage in cognitively demanding tasks during peak morning hours maintain memory function and reduce dementia risk by 35%. Your brain maintains its structure and function through active use. Challenging cognitive work triggers the production of proteins that protect neurons and strengthen the connections between them. When you consistently engage in difficult mental tasks during your peak hours, you're essentially training your brain to stay sharp, the same way physical exercise trains your muscles to stay strong. The seniors who remain mentally acute in their 80s and 90s aren't genetically gifted. They're strategically using their best mental hours for activities that genuinely challenge their cognitive systems. Waste your sharp morning hours on autopilot activities, and your brain literally begins shutting down faster. Mental decline accelerates when you don't challenge yourself daily. Before lunch, spend 20 minutes reading something new, working a crossword, learning a skill online, or balancing your checkbook. Anything that requires real focus and makes you think hard counts. I started learning Spanish online at 87 during my morning coffee. Now I can have simple conversations with my grandson's wife, and my doctor says my cognitive test scores improved dramatically. Tomorrow morning, pick up that book you've been meaning to read because your brain is waiting to be challenged. Habit 6. Social connection before sundown. Loneliness kills seniors faster than smoking 15 cigarettes a day, yet it's the easiest problem to fix. Isolation doesn't feel dangerous. It feels quiet and peaceful at first. Days pass without real conversations, and you barely notice. You talk to the cashier at the grocery store, exchange pleasantries with a neighbor, maybe chat briefly on the phone. But none of these interactions provide the genuine human connection your brain and body desperately need to function properly. Real connection means conversations where someone knows you, cares about your thoughts and engages meaningfully with what you're saying. Without daily doses of genuine interaction, your stress hormones spike, your immune system weakens, and your brain starts deteriorating at alarming rates. Harvard Medical School's long-term studies show that seniors with daily social interaction have 50% lower mortality rates and significantly reduced rates of depression and cognitive decline. Human connection isn't just emotionally comforting, it's biologically essential. When you engage in real conversations, your brain releases oxytocin and other hormones that reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, and boost immune function. Your cognitive systems stay active, processing social cues, interpreting emotions, and formulating responses. Even your physical health improves because people with strong social connections tend to take better care of themselves, stay more active, and maintain regular routines. The data is overwhelming and consistent across decades of research. Isolated seniors die younger from every cause measured. Go days without real conversation, and your brain starts deteriorating rapidly. Isolation is a direct path to depression, memory loss, and early death. Before dinner, make one real connection. Call a friend for 10 minutes, chat with a neighbor, or video call a family member. Make it non-negotiable. My friend Leonard started calling his brother every afternoon at 4 p.m. for a 15-minute chat. Within months, his mood lifted completely, and his doctor noticed improvement in his blood pressure and overall health markers. Call someone today before you go to bed because this habit saves lives. Habit 7. The 8 p.m. kitchen rule. What you do in your kitchen after 8 p.m. determines how well you'll sleep and how you'll feel tomorrow morning. Late-night eating has become such a common habit that most people don't realize the damage it causes. You feel hungry around 9 or 10 p.m., grab a snack, maybe eat a small meal, and think nothing of it. Meanwhile, you've just guaranteed yourself a night of poor sleep and a morning of stiffness and fatigue. When you eat close to bedtime, your digestive system has to work for hours processing that food. Your body can't enter deep restorative sleep while actively digesting. Your blood sugar spikes and crashes throughout the night. Inflammation increases. Your body spends its sleeping hours managing your last meal instead of healing and repairing the damage from your day. The Mayo Clinic confirms that seniors who stop eating 3 hours before bed experience significantly better sleep quality, reduced morning stiffness, and better blood sugar control. Your body has 2 modes. It's either digesting and dealing with incoming food, or it's repairing and restoring itself. It can't do both effectively at the same time. During sleep, your body should be lowering inflammation, repairing damaged tissues, consolidating memories, and balancing hormones. When you're digesting food, all those critical processes get delayed or reduced. The seniors who wake up feeling refreshed and move easily in the morning aren't lucky. They're giving their bodies the fasting window needed for proper overnight restoration. Eat late, and your body fights digestion instead of healing itself during sleep. You'll wake up stiff, foggy, and chronically tired no matter how many hours you slept. Those aching joints, that mental fog, that exhaustion that coffee can't fix, they're often direct results of eating too close to bedtime for years. Finish your last meal or snack by 8 p.m., then close your kitchen for the night. Only water after that time. I used to snack until 10 p.m. and wake up exhausted every morning. Once I stopped eating after 8, my morning energy doubled within a week, and my joint pain decreased noticeably. Tonight, make 8 p.m. your kitchen closing time because your body will repair itself properly while you sleep. Habit 8. Purpose planning. Every Sunday, seniors who wake up with nothing to do don't just get bored. They physically deteriorate faster. Your body responds directly to whether you have reasons to stay strong and functional. When you have commitments, activities, and purposes that require you to show up, your body maintains the strength and energy to meet those demands. When you drift through days with no real obligations or meaningful activities, your body interprets that as a signal that maintaining strength and function isn't necessary anymore. It's not conscious, it's biological. Your metabolism slows, your muscles atrophy faster, your immune system weakens, and your cognitive function declines at accelerated rates. People with nothing to look forward to literally age faster at a cellular level. Research from the CDC shows that seniors with clearly defined weekly purposes and scheduled activities maintain physical function and mental health at rates 60% higher than those without structured purpose. Purpose doesn't mean you need a career or massive projects. It means having specific activities scheduled that matter to you and that require you to maintain certain capabilities. Volunteering one morning a week gives you a reason to stay mobile and presentable. Having coffee with a friend every Thursday gives you something to look forward to and someone counting on you. Learning a new skill means you need to keep your mind sharp enough to absorb information. These commitments create structure that your body responds to by maintaining the function necessary to fulfill them. Live without purpose or scheduled activities, and your body interprets it as a signal to shut down. People with nothing to look forward to literally age faster. Every Sunday, write down 3 specific things you'll do that week that matter to you. Volunteer, visit someone, start a project, or learn something new. When I turned 87, I started volunteering at my local library every Tuesday morning, reading to children. Having that commitment gives me reason to stay strong, sharp, and engaged with life. This Sunday, plan your week with purpose, because your health depends on having reasons to get out of bed. These 8 habits aren't complicated, expensive, or time-consuming. They're simply the difference between thriving at 89 and barely surviving. I do every single one of these daily, and that's exactly why my doctor keeps saying I'm healthier than his patients 20 years younger. You can start all 8 habits tomorrow morning without buying anything or asking anyone for help. Your body is capable of remarkable improvement at any age when you give it what it actually needs. If this opened your eyes to what's actually possible after 60, hit that like button and drop a comment telling me which habit you're starting first. I read every single one. Share this with someone who needs to hear that age is just a number when you have the right habits. And subscribe, because I'm sharing more of what keeps me independent, healthy, and thriving at 89. Your best years don't have to be behind you. They can start right now.